Hey everybody, Frugal Farmer here. These are the original Red Hots. These things have been around since I was a little bitty fella. I used to always get them at the movie theater. They had a little cellophane window right here on the front, and the packaging was different, but you could see the Red Hots in there. I guess that way you knew what you were buying. And they were like 10 cents a box back in the day. And I don't remember what I paid for these. I just happened to see them, and I alluded to this story in another memory video, but I don't think I really gave it the time it needed to be given. Of back when I was in third grade, I was 8 years old, and a friend of mine named Ronnie, for whatever reason, he and I always talked about different foods, different candies. A lot of times, if I had something different, I'd bring it to him, or if he had something, he'd bring it and I'd try it. And Ronnie was a good fella. I hadn't seen Ronnie in a number of years, but the theaters were segregated. So that meant white people sat on the first floor, and then on the balcony, anybody. We had Native Americans and black people, and they sat up top in the balcony. And when I alluded to this before, I was written an email in reference to what I should have done about it. I was 8 years old, and out in the country, we weren't segregated. We worked together, we played ball together, and we really didn't know the reason for it. We just knew in town things were a little bit different. Well, anyway, on to my story. Ronnie and I, we had different things that both of us liked, and we figured out we were going to be at the movie at the same time. So we were talking about what we were going to eat. And I don't know that, I'm pretty sure I didn't have 50 cents to spend. And for whatever reason, at that particular movie, my mom would pop our popcorn and put it in a paper bag for us, and we might could get a drink to split 3 ways. Well, Ronnie was going to the movie, and his uncle from New York, who gave Ronnie money frequently, he might give him $5, and that was a lot of money back in the day. Well, Ronnie told me, he said, right after the cartoon stopped, back then you'd have the cartoon, and then you'd have your feature film. For me to walk down on the right side of the aisle and look up, well, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I trusted Ronnie. So, sure enough, right after the cartoon ended, I walked up there and looked up, and there was Ronnie grinning. And he dropped me a packet of Red Hots. And I called him and went back and sat in my seat, and my sisters were fussing at me that I could have got thrown out. But I ate those Red Hots, and that was the funniest thing. Ronnie and I'd always laugh about that with each other and talk about that. The last time I saw Ronnie, I was working in a plant as a subcontractor doing some remodeling for them. And Ronnie worked in the plant itself. Well, I went in the break room. It was about lunchtime. Lo and behold, who would be in there sitting at a table eating with his tray? About the same time I was coming looking for a place. So I walked up to him and said, Ronnie, you don't mind if I sit with you? And he started laughing. He said, no, man. He said, have a seat. We sat there, and each of us were remembering stuff the other had probably forgot, but we had the grandest time sitting there visiting and talking about stuff. And I reminded Ronnie about the Red Hots, and he laughed. He said, you know what? He said, I hadn't thought about that in a long time. And I said, yeah. I said, you spent that 10 cents from me, didn't you? And he said, yeah. He said, that was what they cost, wasn't it? But anyway, I still enjoy them. That's why I got these, to do the story and to eat. And they aren't as hot as some stuff I eat, but they're pretty good. And they always bring back good memories for me. Thanks for stopping by. Come back again when you will. Share, comment, like, hit that subscribe button. God bless.